The night the signals failed. In the late 19th century, a tragic accident on a snowy Swedish railway changed how we look at human vision forever. On a cold November night in 1875, two express trains collided head-on near Lagerlunda. While the death toll wasn't the highest for that era, the crash became a sensation across Europe. What puzzled investigators most was why the driver of the southern train had ignored clear red warning signals. Both the driver and the conductor died in the crash, leaving behind a mystery that a physiology professor named Fritiof Holmgren was determined to solve. The dawn of discovery. Before this tragedy, the concept of color blindness wasn't widely understood by the public, though it had been documented. The story of its discovery actually begins with John Dalton, a brilliant English chemist. In 1794, Dalton realized he saw the world differently than others. While studying botany, he noticed that the descriptions of flower colors in books didn't match what he saw. To him, red appeared as a shadow or a lack of light, while orange, yellow, and green all seemed like different shades of yellow. Dalton mistakenly thought his eyes contained a blue liquid that filtered light, but he was so dedicated to the cause that he left his eyes to science. Over a century later, DNA testing on his preserved eyes proved he had deuteranopia, a common form of red-green color blindness. Today, we still call the condition Daltonism in his honor. How vision works and fails. To understand why this happens, we have to look at the retina. Our eyes use two main types of photoreceptors, rods and cones. Rods handle light intensity, letting us know if it's day or night, while cones are responsible for color. Most people have three types of cones: S cones for short wavelengths, blue or violet, M cones for medium wavelengths, green, and L cones for long wavelengths, red. When these cones work together, we see a full spectrum of colors. However, some people are born with a genetic defect where one type of cone is missing or doesn't work correctly. This is usually linked to the X chromosome. Since men only have one X chromosome, they're much more likely to be colorblind. About 8% of men, compared to just 0.5% of women. Back to Professor Holmgren. He suspected the Lagerlunda crash happened because the driver couldn't tell the difference between the red and green signal lanterns. To prove his point, he developed a test using skeins of colored wool. He asked people to match similar shades, and he was shocked to find how many healthy adults failed this simple task. The railway companies were skeptical at first. They argued that if a driver couldn't see colors, it would have been obvious long ago. To convince them, Holmgren arranged a dramatic demonstration. He took two conductors who had failed his wool test and put them in a dark hall with standard railway lanterns. When the railway director asked for a white light, the first conductor signaled red and the second answered with green. The room went silent. It was a eureka moment that proved colorblind individuals could distinguish signals by brightness in familiar settings, but would fail miserably in bad weather or high-stress situations. A legacy of safety. Following this demonstration, Sweden mandated vision testing for all railway workers, and the rest of the world quickly followed suit. This is why, today, you can't be a pilot, a ship's captain, or a train driver if you have significant color vision deficiency. On ships, the left side glows green and the right side glows red. If a navigator can't tell them apart, they can't determine which way a vessel is heading in the dark. While we can't cure hereditary colorblindness yet, modern technology offers a bit of help. There are now special glasses and mobile apps designed to enhance color contrast. Interestingly, the condition isn't always a disadvantage. Some studies suggest that colorblind people are actually better at spotting patterns and textures, making them excellent at seeing through camouflage that would fool a person with normal vision. Even some of the world's most successful people have lived with it. Mark Zuckerberg, for instance, chose Facebook's blue color scheme because blue is the color he sees most clearly. From a tragic train wreck in Sweden to the interface of our favorite apps, the history of color blindness is a fascinating look at how we've learned to navigate a world that doesn't look the same to everyone.